Welcome to Across the Gulf Coast, highlighting organizations, events, and people from around our local community.
Hello, I'm Cam Johnson, Public Affairs Manager for Cox Communications, and I'd like to welcome you to another great episode of Across the Gulf Coast. Well, this month we're going to talk about several different events as we get into the springtime. We're going to have Relay for Life events in Okaloosa County. The City of Pensacola has a number of events that they're bringing to residents across town, and we're also going to be joined by the Gulf Coast Kids House out of Pensacola. But we're starting it all off talking with Covenant Care. It's the new name for the organization that we'll get into in just a second, but we're going to talk about Covenant Care and an upcoming auction that they have. And joining me to do that is Rachel Mayhew. She is with Covenant Care, the development manager. Rachel, thank you so much for being my guest today.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So Covenant Care, a little bit different name. Tell me about the change there.
Well, Covenant Care is representative of an expanded line of services. So it includes the familiar Covenant Hospice Care and Covenant Alzheimer's Care, as well as our children's services and our special programs for veterans. But we've expanded to be able to care for more people in different stages of life. So that includes Covenant Palliative Care, and then through some really strategic partnerships within each community, we operate Covenant Home Care.
So tell me a little bit about the rebranding. When did this all occur, and then the new logo that you guys have as well?
Yeah, it took place in January, and we're really excited about it. The butterfly is a nationally recognized symbol for hospice. So as we began expanding lines of services and adding more programs, we knew we needed a refresh. So we took on this Promise Knot, this multicolor, really beautiful, vibrant logo, because for one, it's a promise knot. Covenant means promise, so those two go together very well. And then also looking at this infinity loop and realizing that that promise is unending and offered to a greater number of people in need.
So let's talk about some of these programs and services you guys offer. What are some things people can receive from Covenant Care?
Well, we have traditional hospice care that cares for patients within the last 6 to 12 months of life. Alzheimer's care, which is support services for families caring for an Alzheimer's patient, resources for them as far as education materials, and then also support groups in the community, bereavement care, spiritual support. And then Covenant Palliative Care is comfort care outside of the traditional hospice 6 to 12 months for specific disease processes that maybe need care for a longer period of time, like ALS and certain cancers. And then also Covenant Home Care is looking at providing sitter services for folks.
So a number of different services.
Yes.
If somebody wants more information on these services, sign up or maybe even get involved somehow, volunteering or some other way, how can they go about doing that?
Best thing, if you have someone that may be in need of any of those services, there's one phone number, 855-CARE-365. That's 24/7, 365 days a year. You don't have to know which program you're calling to ask about. You call with a need, and those experts will provide the solution.
Good. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the upcoming auction.
Yes.
Every year, I know everybody gets excited about this, and it's changed a couple years back to where it's online now. But tell me about the charity auction coming up.
Yes, well, thank you guys. Thanks, Cox, for
Absolutely.
sponsoring throughout those changes of doing the 24-hour Cableathon and then now online. But we have 4 one-week-long auctions that run Saturday 6 p.m. to Saturday 10 p.m. And so there's a little bit of overlap to close out some bids and start new ones. But those one-week auctions go April 9th through May 7th.
Okay. What are some of the things people can see on the auction?
Already we have, things are just starting to come in at this time, but already we have some great staycation packages from Pelican Beach Resort, Ramada Plaza, and Biloxi. We have Beau Rivage has already come in. We have some great salon and spa packages, great art and home decor items, so our full gamut.
So it ranges from vacations to, like you said, home decoration things, and of course we'll provide the iPad again this year like we have in years past. So that's a little something for everybody.
Yes.
Basically. And so how does the 1 week auction work? You said it over. So one item, say you have a staycation with Resort Quest. So it opens Saturday morning, or excuse me, Saturday and
Evening.
then closes that following Saturday. So it's not there from April 9th to May 7th.
Right,
correct?
it's there for 1 week. So you get your bids in on those week 1 items, that closes out, and then you can start fresh with new items.
So if you don't get one the first week, come back the second
That's
week,
right.
or get as many as you like.
That's right.
All right. So what is the website? Where does all this take place?
CoxCharityAuction.com. So you go there each week. So there'll be buttons that will link you to each week's auction. Whichever ones are open at that time, you'll see the buttons there. CoxCharityAuction.com will get you set in the right direction.
Okay. And then easy bid, I guess. But so for how do people bid, and then how was it last year?
Okay.
How was?
Yeah, you just register with a username, password, and then make your bids. You can choose to get notifications as it gets closer to the auction process closing.
Yeah.
So if you're
do a
really
last-minute
in
bid,
there,
yeah.
there's some good strategies, that you got to use. But so you register, you bid, and then you don't have to worry about making payments online and things like that. If that's a concern, you come into the office or make payments with us through the mail and pick up your items there.
And not just, of course, not just Okaloosa County, right? I mean, residents in Pensacola
Anywhere,
or
yeah.
anywhere can do it.
Anywhere. The funds benefit Covenant Care in Okaloosa, Walton County, but we have bidders all over the states and overseas. We have a lot of military folks that have lived here and bid and bid
Absolutely.
every year. So.
So where does that money go? You just mentioned it's for Covenant Care in Okaloosa, but how is that money utilized here in the community?
Goes back to helping charity care. We take care of patients regardless of their ability to pay. There's a lot of programs and services that we offer that are not otherwise reimbursed. So we have those funds go back to supporting those. That includes the spiritual care, bereavement support. Our whole volunteer program, running that program requires support from donations and fundraisers like this.
Okay, great. So if you could, real quick as we wrap up, give me the dates again and the website where people can go to bid.
Sure, this is like a test.
It is a test. No looking.
April 9th through May 7th, CoxCharityAuction.com.
All right, perfect. Rachel, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
my guest today. I really appreciate it, and good luck with this year's auction.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Stay with us. When we come back, we'll talk Relay for Life in Okaloosa County.